Hey Tomorrow Minds, welcome to your daily dose of the future. Can you imagine a world without coffee? Now try not to shudder at the thought. Picture this. The sun peaks over the horizon, you shuffle out of bed and head to the kitchen. But instead of that aromatic dark liquid bubbling in your coffee pot, you find nothing. There's no morning jolt, no comforting warmth cradled in your hands, no rich flavor to kickstart your day. That's right, folks. We're exploring the unthinkable, a world without coffee. Now, don't panic. This isn't some apocalyptic prophecy. It's just a thought experiment, a little journey into a parallel universe where coffee doesn't exist. Imagine for the hustle and bustle of your workday. The clock ticks, the deadlines loom, and there's no espresso shot to fuel your productivity. You'd have to rely on sheer willpower and, dare we say, decaffeinated tea. The horror. And what about those social gatherings centered around coffee? The first dates at cozy cafes, the heart-to-heart chats over a steaming cup, even the simple pleasure of catching up with an old friend while sipping on a latte. Without coffee, we'd have to find other ways to bond, to share, to connect. Maybe we'd actually have to talk to each other. Terrifying, isn't it? Coffee does more than just wake us up. It fuels our creativity. It's the lifeblood of workdays. It's a social lubricant that eases conversation. It's woven into the very fabric of our lives, from our morning routines to our social rituals. So how would a world without coffee look? Honestly, it's a bit grim. We'd probably be a lot sleepier, a bit and perhaps a touch more awkward in social situations. But hey, maybe we'd also be a bit more appreciative of the simple pleasures, the little moments, the connections we make every day. Now that you've had a taste of a world without coffee, let's delve into the past to see how this magical bean became a global phenomenon. Stay tuned to your next dose of the future. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more intriguing insights and exciting journeys into the world of tomorrow. Coffee didn't just appear in your cup, it's been on quite a journey, and it's a tale worth telling. Our tale begins in the sun-drenched highlands of ancient Ethiopia. It's said that a goat herder named Kaldi noticed his goats dancing and prancing after eating berries from a certain tree. Intrigued, Kaldi tried the berries himself, and lo and behold, he too started performing the Ethiopian two-step. This magical berry, or rather the beans inside, were quickly discovered by the local monastery. The monks found that these beans, when roasted and brewed, made a beverage that kept them awake and alert during their long hours of prayer. Thus, the first coffee addicts were born. From Ethiopia, coffee took a trip across the Red Sea to Yemen, where it was cultivated in the 15th century. The Yemeni loved it so much, they decided to keep it all for themselves, exporting only the brewed drink, not the beans. But you know how it is with good things, they can't be kept secret forever. Eventually, a clever Indian pilgrim smuggled some beans back home and coffee started its slow percolation across the globe. It hit the big time in the Ottoman Empire, where coffee houses became the hotbeds of social activity, or as we'd call them today, the original social networking sites. Europe was next on the itinerary. Initially met with suspicion, coffee was even dubbed Satan's drink. But when Pope Clement VIII gave it his holy seal of approval, coffee houses sprang up all over the continent, each buzzing with philosophers, artists, and revolutionaries. Across the Atlantic, coffee landed in the New World, and eventually replaced beer as the breakfast drink of choice. Yes, you heard it right, beer for breakfast. Makes you appreciate your morning cup of joe even more, doesn't it? And there you have it, from the Ethiopian highlands to your kitchen counter. Coffee has traveled far and wide, spreading energy, inspiration, and a whole lot of buzz. From humble beginnings to worldwide sensation, coffee has made quite a splash. But what does the future hold for our beloved beverage? As we look to the future, the question on everyone's lips is, will there still be coffee? Oh, the horror, right? Picture a world where the rich aroma of brewing coffee no longer greets us each morning. A chilling thought indeed. But before you start hoarding coffee beans, let's dive into the factors that could threaten our beloved beverage. Climate change, a hot topic, is one of the major villains. Rising temperatures and unpredictable weather patterns could make it harder for coffee plants to thrive. Imagine a world where coffee is as rare as a snowflake in the Sahara. I'd rather not, thanks. Then there's the issue of diseases. Coffee plants are susceptible to a variety of pests and diseases like coffee rust, a fungus that sounds like it should be cleaning your car, not attacking your coffee plants. If left unchecked, these little buggers could wipe out entire coffee plantations. But don't start sipping your coffee with a sense of impending doom just yet. The coffee industry isn't taking these threats lying down. There are some pretty clever folks working on solutions as we speak. Scientists are exploring new varieties of coffee plants that can withstand harsher climates and resist diseases. Think of them as the superheroes of the coffee world swooping in to save the day. And let's not forget about technological advances. From drones monitoring plant health to precision farming techniques, technology is helping us to grow coffee more efficiently and sustainably. It's like science fiction, but with more caffeine. So what does the future hold for our favorite morning ritual? Well, it's not all doom and gloom. Yes, there are challenges, but there's also innovation, determination, and a whole lot of love for coffee. The future of coffee may be uncertain, but one thing's for sure, we're not giving up our morning cup of joe without a fight. No matter what the future holds, coffee has a firm hold on our hearts and our lives. In every corner of the globe, in every culture, coffee has woven itself into the very fabric of our existence. It's more than just a morning pick-me-up or an afternoon delight. It's a symbol, a ritual, a conversation starter, and a connector of souls. Imagine a world where coffee houses and cafes don't exist, where the intoxicating aroma of freshly brewed coffee doesn't waft through the air, where the clinking of cups and the hum of friendly chatter don't echo through the room. It's hard, isn't it? That's because these places are not just about serving coffee. They are social hubs, places of intellectual exchange, and creative corners where ideas are born. From the traditional Ethiopian coffee ceremony, where each cup is a testament to community and friendship, to the Italian espresso savored at the bar counter with a quick, friendly banter. From the Turkish proverb that states, "Coffee should be black as hell, strong as death, and sweet as love," to the Japanese kisaten, where the art of coffee brewing becomes a performance. Coffee is a language spoken in 1,000 different ways, yet understood by all. Let's not forget those quiet moments at home, where a warm cup of coffee becomes a source of comfort and solace. Or those late-night work sessions, where coffee becomes a beacon of hope, promising the dawn of a new day. Coffee, in its essence, is about connection. It brings people together, fosters creativity, and sparks conversation. It's the silent witness to first dates, business deals, heart-to-heart talks, and solitary musings. It's the shared love that transcends borders, cultures, and languages. Coffee isn't just a drink, it's a way of life, and that's something worth savoring. Whether we're looking to the past, present, or the uncertain future, one thing remains clear: the love for coffee is universal, timeless, and here to stay. So, what have we learned from our caffeinated journey? Well, we've traveled from the ancient Ethiopian plateaus, where coffee was first discovered by a goatherd named Kaldi. We've sailed across the Arabian Sea to the bustling coffee houses of Istanbul, and followed the precious beans to the coffee-loving capitals of Europe. We've witnessed the birth of the first espresso machine, and the rise of the modern-day coffee shop culture. We've seen how coffee has been more than just a beverage. It's been a catalyst for social change, a companion in our daily routines, and a source of inspiration for artists and thinkers alike. It's been a comforting friend on a cold morning, a silent partner during late-night study sessions, and a conversation starter at social gatherings. We've pondered over the future of our beloved brew. With climate change threatening coffee plantations worldwide, we've reflected on what a world without coffee might look like. A little less aromatic, a bit more sluggish, and certainly less flavorful. It's a sobering thought, isn't it? But we've also learned that the coffee industry is resilient, innovative, and adaptive. We've seen how scientists are developing new varieties of coffee plants that can withstand changing climates. We've discovered how farmers are employing sustainable farming practices to protect their crops and the environment. We've realized that coffee is more than a commodity. It's a symbol of global interconnectedness. It's a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. It's proof that when we value something, we find ways to preserve it, cherish it, and make it better. So in the grand scheme of things, our daily cup of coffee is more than a caffeine fix. It's a sip of history, a taste of cultures far and wide, and a tribute to the tireless efforts of countless individuals who make our coffee experience possible. While we can't predict the future, we can certainly enjoy our coffee while we have it. So go on, savor that cup. And remember, every sip is a part of history.